biggest issue that has come out during the coronavirus, the COVID-19 coronavirus, is fear. So many people are fearing. And fear, to me, is the most dangerous and most detrimental emotion that any person could have. It could hinder your life, wreck your life, destroy your life. It could prevent you from succeeding, from being happy. Fear is a nasty little beast. During this COVID-19 coronavirus, we haven't really gotten the facts on whether masks work or not. We have some who come out and say they do, and then others who say they don't. But we haven't had an actual scientific experiment with the evidence that show whether the molecules of the virus actually come through the masks or not. So therefore, you have people who are wearing the masks only because of the mandate, and then others who are wearing it because of fear. And I suspect when I see someone driving a car with their windows shut and no passengers wearing a mask, I suspect that that person is filled with fear. Because let's be honest, the coronavirus is not sitting in their passenger seat waiting to attack them. There's no reason for them to be wearing that mask in their car. Or when I saw a jogger a few weeks ago in 100-degree weather in the middle of the forest where I was the only person there, and he could certainly jog away from me, and he's wearing a mask. Does he think the coronavirus is hiding behind the trees and is just going to jump out and go, "Boo! I gotcha!" It's all based on fear. People who won't leave their homes anymore. They won't even go shopping. They won't do nothing. They won't visit friends. My mother tells me about a person she works with. The woman will not go or talk to anybody. She locks her office door. She waits until everybody's out of the bathroom before she'll go in. She will not go near anybody. She eats her lunch by herself. She is so full of fear that she is now living in a shell, this secluded shell. She has no contact with people whatsoever because of fear. Is that the way to live? Look, I don't speak out of my butt here. I know, I have experience. I'm not afraid of people. I'm afraid of other things. Or I should say was. I've been working on it. I was afraid of success. Afraid of success because it was my dream. It was something I wanted so bad, but then I feared failing. What if I reach that dream and I fail at it? What does that mean? It means it's over. I ruined it. I would fear relationships. What if I fall in love with someone and she's the greatest thing in the world, but then what if she doesn't feel the way I do? And what if she's like everything I've been looking for and then she dumps me or it doesn't work out? Then what? I would fear that. I would fear, what if she sees me as not being who I want to be? Or what if she doesn't see me the way I am? What if she sees me as just being this pathetic nothing? One of the worst things that happened in my career happened about, I want to say 16 years now, 17 years ago. It was early on in my film career. And I had an agent who retired. Now, this agent didn't do really anything for me. Half the time, I didn't even believe him. But he made a claim that he took 2 copies of 2 different movies I made and sent them to this huge Hollywood actress. Academy Award-winning actress. You would know who she is if I said her name. And he made a claim that she watched my movies and thought they were great. The thing he said was that she was amazed by what I was able to do with such a low budget. Cool. But I still didn't really believe him. Well, one night he starts instant messaging me. And he starts telling me about how right now he is in this little movie theater room or whatever with this actress, another actress you would know, and these executives from a major movie studio. And they're all watching my movies. And they are stunned by what I was able to do with that kind of budget. They asked me again, how much did it really cost you? And when I said the number, they were like, that's just shocking that you were able to pull that off and do that. And then when they found out how fast I made the movies and in what time frame, and the agent was always shocked by that. One day he's convincing me to bring different actresses to my movies. And then 2 months later, he's like, so when are you going to start filming? And I'm like, I'm done. And he's like, what? You're done? I'm like, yeah. How the hell did you get that done so fast? I'm like, that's how I work. I'm done. The movie studio wanted to meet with me, as well as this big-time Hollywood actress. Now, the actress wanted to work directly with me and wanted me to co-produce, work with, different movies with her. She also wanted to work with some of the actors I had, so she wanted me to bring their information as well. The movie studio had a TV show that they had been trying to launch, and they didn't have the budget to do it, and they didn't know how to do the show with the kind of budget they had in mind. They just couldn't find anybody who had that kind of thought process. So when they saw me, they were like, you would be perfect. You would absolutely... And I didn't want to do that. It was a reality show. I didn't want to produce a reality show. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And I told them that. And they go, look, if you do this for us, we could arrange a movie deal for you. A multi-picture deal. We know that you want to do movies, and that's the thing. We can do that. Let's just work together on this and see how our relationship goes. And if we have a good working relationship, we could make this deal. And you could have a multi-picture deal with us. Do you know what that would have done for my career? You would actually know who I am right now. Whether I failed or succeeded, it would be, oh, you're the guy who makes the worst movies ever made. Or, you're the guy who made those movies. It would have been huge. It's what any person in my position is looking for. It's what a filmmaker is looking for, an actor is looking for, is ultimate success, to finally be recognized, to be seen, to get the work and the jobs. And for me to be able to get a multi-picture deal with a major movie studio, that would be huge. And then the actress, this big-time Academy Award-winning Hollywood actress, who had started to work as a producer for independent films, wants to work with me. I would be working with her as a partner, as a business partner, and maybe even get to act with her in a role. It would be incredible. I would have succeeded. And yet, I feared it. I feared it more than anything I have ever feared in my life. I got so nervous I wanted to start throwing up. They were going to meet me in New York. They were arranging it. My agent was going to arrange a time and date. I was going to have a meeting with the actress first, and then go have a meeting with the movie studio. And I kept thinking, they're going to see me as a fraud. I'm a fraud. They're going to talk to me. I'm not going to know what I'm talking about. They're going to be like, how the hell did you even get by making movies? You're not a filmmaker. You're just a fraud. And I kept thinking, like, how am I going to go head to head with them? How am I even going to have a conversation with this actress? Not only am I a huge fan of hers, but she is one of the most successful out there. She's a legend. She's been doing it her whole life. How am I going to do this? And then I started thinking, oh my God, maybe this isn't the right time for this. Maybe this isn't my time. No. Maybe something will happen and it just won't come to be. Maybe it'll get canceled and I just kept hoping for the delay. I was waiting for my agent to get back to me. So days would go by, nothing. And my nerves were just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do here. I mean, this is huge. This could change everything for the better, but I don't know. It was horrible. Instead of celebrating, I feared it. Well, if you believe in the law of attraction, then I believe I used the law of attraction in a very bad way, because the meeting never happened. I never heard from my agent again. And because of my nerves, I just let it go. Finally, a year later, I was like, you know what? Let me find out what's going on. What happened? I contact my agent. I end up getting a message back from his son saying that my agent had died. He had a massive heart attack. He died soon after that conversation we had. So with his death, he took all of the contact information with him. And that's why the meeting never happened. And we all just simply moved on. Now, I'm not saying that my fears led to his death. He was actually very ill to begin with. He was in a plane crash. He lost limbs. He had heart damage. So he knew that his time wasn't really going to be around for much longer. At this point in time, I believe he was in his late 40s, and he retired from being an agent because he couldn't handle the stress anymore. It was too much on his heart. But I do believe that the meetings didn't happen because of my fear. I wished it away. And somewhere around that time, I also almost had my own radio show. I went to an audition in Hartford, Connecticut, where I think that's where Howard Stern started out. Well, they chose me to stay. And they brought me into a room and said, "We really liked what you did. You're a natural at this, and we really liked it. And so you're in. You got it." Now, the way to do it was through a process. You had to go through, I think, 6 weeks where you would have a 15-minute show, and you were a DJ. But the point of it was to get you to learn how to use all the equipment and just get used to being live on the air. Now, I wasn't nervous about being live on the air. I had a television show. That didn't faze me. There was an issue that the way you get paid is you have to hire sponsors or get people to sponsor you. And that's where my fear kicked in. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go and be a salesman. I'm going to have to go to different companies and convince them to sponsor my radio show. And what if they don't like it and then they drop me? And what if I don't make any money doing this? And I'm going to have to, work at my job less. I'm going to have to cut my hours in order to get here. It was like a long drive, an hour drive or so. All this fear came in. And I was like, I can't do this. So I didn't move forward. And I was disappointed in myself because I let fear win. I lived my life like that for a long time. Then about 5 to 6 years ago, I started to examine my life after I had gone through a lot of bad stuff. I started to look at what I need to do to fix things and change for the better. I looked at the relationships that I had failed at. I met some great girls. Smart, funny. But I was fearful the whole time. Fearful of disappointing them. Fearful of them hating me. Fearful of them just breaking up with me or pushing me to the side or forgetting I even exist. And I let that fear win, and it worked. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to deal with me never trusting them in that way or never being open enough or expressing myself enough and using fear to control everything. And so they were gone. I looked at the fact that I had been stuck at multiple full-time jobs where I didn't want to be. Being miserable and never making enough money. All because of fear. I was too afraid to leave because what if the next job is worse? At least here I'm used to it. I know what to expect. Fear destroying my chances of making a major movie deal. Not just one, but multiple deals. Fear won. Fear prevented me from getting my own radio show. Who knows what would have happened? Maybe it would have failed, but maybe it would not have. Maybe it would have been a huge success. Maybe it would have been a national success or worldwide phenomena. You don't know. None of us do. We don't know if we're going to succeed or not. But fear prevents us from getting anywhere. It jumps in our way and prevents us. It is a monster. It's Freddy Krueger. Success is in front of you. It's a doorway with bright white light coming through. And then Freddy Krueger jumps in front of it with his claw. And he's like, "Try to come through!" And so what do? You run the other way and go, "Oh God, Freddy Krueger's chasing me!" Way too many people let fear control their lives, and it needs to stop. You have to overcome it. And the way to do that is to just fight it. You'll feel it within you. So just fight it. And fight forward and just do what you're afraid of. And know that it's okay. And it's okay if you fail. And it's okay if you succeed. The fact is, you got past that step. You went there. You did it. And you will feel good about it, no matter what happens in the end. It's taking a leap of faith. When you take a leap of faith, you don't know what's on the other end. But you do it anyways. And when you do it, you always feel good. I did it. I did it. I took that chance. I did it. So that's what you got to do. Right now with this pandemic, why are you fearing? Do you know that's actually going to make you sick? You need to be strong right now and healthy. Don't fear it. Yeah, we need to be precautious. So be precautious. Wash your hands. Do the right things. But don't have fear. Fear is going to hurt you. It's going to destroy you. And for everything else in life, if you truly want to be successful, if you truly want to succeed in whatever it is you want to do, fight the fear. Fight it. Because it will ruin you. It is a monster. And it is there in front of us at all times. Just picture Freddy Krueger. And then imagining yourself sliding under his legs. And when you do that, he doesn't have enough time to turn around and get you. You passed him. He is the fear, and you passed him. You beat him. Beat fear. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I try to release new videos. I do it on Tuesday and Thursdays, and I have a lot of stuff that's coming out. And it's inspirational stuff, it's funny stuff, it's just little film shorts, it's all kinds of things. I like to have a nice variety. So I hope you do subscribe, and thanks for watching.